The Belt and Road Entrepreneurs Conference has yielded fruitful results. Many listed companies have signed large orders. The Belt and Road Entrepreneurs Conference was held at the National Convention Center in Beijing on the afternoon of the 17th. Nearly 300 Chinese and foreign representatives signed cooperation agreements on the spot. The projects covered infrastructure, clean energy, artificial intelligence, biomedicine, financial services, modern agriculture, rail transit, and other fields. Whether the number of projects, countries involved, or the amount of contracts signed, all exceeded the previous Entrepreneurs Conference. The Belt and Road Entrepreneurs Conference was attended by more than 1,200 people, with half of the Chinese and half of the foreign representatives. Among the foreign representatives attending the meeting, there were over 20 foreign ministerial-level officials, leaders of 33 foreign business associations, and representatives of 59 Fortune 500 companies. Since the proposal of the Belt and Road Initiative was put forward 10 years ago, the cumulative scale of goods trade between China and the countries under joint construction has reached $19.1 trillion, achieving an average annual growth rate of 6.4%, which is higher than the overall growth rate of China's foreign trade in the same period, and also higher than the growth rate of global trade in the same period. China is a major trading partner of over 110 co-construction countries, and has signed 14 free trade agreements with 20 co-construction countries, continuously improving the level of trade liberalization and facilitation. Northern International signed $2 billion Iraq project. On October 17, Northern International and Osset Energy FZE, hereinafter referred to as the owner, signed the EPC framework agreement for the expansion project of TQ refinery in Iraq at the Entrepreneurs Conference of the 3rd The Belt and Road International Cooperation Summit Forum. This agreement is a framework agreement and has not yet been formally signed. The provisional contract amount is approximately $2 billion, equivalent to approximately 14.6 billion renminbi, and the final price will be determined based on the actual scope of work and workload. Both parties will work together to promote the successful financing of the project from financing institutions. The cooperation matters stipulated in the agreement can only be determined after both parties sign a formal contract and meet the effective conditions. According to the announcement, the project is located in the province of Jijjar, Iraq. As a contractor, Northern International's scope of work includes preliminary geological exploration, design, procurement, transportation, construction, and final trial operation of the refinery. This agreement adopts the traditional EPC mode and does not involve new businesses, technologies, models, or products. In the past 3 years, there have been no similar transactions between Northern International and Osset Energy FZE. Northern International stated that the signing of this agreement is a daily business operation of the company and does not affect its business independence. There is no reliance on the other party to the contract due to the performance of the contract. Sinopec's stake in Kazakhstan's largest polyethylene project. On October 17, during the 3rd The Belt and Road International Cooperation Summit Forum, Ma Yongxing, chairman of Sinopec, and Mirzakariev, chairman of Kazakhstan Oil Management Committee, signed the agreement on the shareholding of Kazakhstan Polyethylene Project Company. According to the agreement, Sinopec will acquire 30% equity from Kazakhstan National Oil and other partners to participate in Kazakhstan's largest polyethylene project. The equity delivery is expected to be completed in the first quarter of 2024. The project is currently in the Extended Basic Design (EBD) stage, and it is expected that the shareholders will complete the final investment decision of the project within 2024. Chairman Ma Yongxing of Sinopec stated that Sinopec and Kazakhstan National Petroleum Corporation have a long-term cooperation foundation, and the signing of this agreement is of milestone significance, indicating that the cooperation relationship between the two sides has reached a new height. The advantages of Sinopec in the polyethylene industry chain, combined with the strong local capabilities and resource advantages of Kazakhstan National Oil Corporation, can promote mutual cooperation and complementarity, and seek win-win development. Oil Chairman Mirzakariev stated that he believes that the joining of Sinopec as a strategic partner will be the key to the success of the project. Sinopec's valuable experience in engineering, construction, and operation in the petrochemical industry will help establish a modern and reliable polyethylene factory, and also help the project company achieve future sales of some products to the Chinese market. The product design capacity of the polyethylene project is 1.25 million tons/year. The factory is located in the Karabatan region of Atyrau Oblast, Kazakhstan, near the Tengiz oil field. In the future, the project will also produce diversified polyethylene products to meet the growing market demand in the surrounding area and around the world. In addition, during the summit, Sinopec and Kazakhstan National Oil Corporation also signed the PTA/PET Project Joint Preliminary Feasibility Study and Development Agreement. Both parties plan to study the possibility of investing in the construction of PTA, terephthalic acid, and PET, polyethylene terephthalate, plants in Kazakhstan, and decide on the further implementation of the project after completing the relevant preliminary feasibility study. TCL Central wins Saudi Arabia's 20 gigawatts crystal chip project. On October 17, TCL Central announced that it had signed the joint development agreement with Vision Industries Company at the third, the Belt and Road International Cooperation Summit Forum held in China, and both parties actively and jointly promoted the commencement plan of the crystal chip project jointly constructed by the company and Vision Industries in Saudi Arabia, so as to enhance mutual understanding between the two parties and realize the rapid implementation of the project. Based on TCL Central's leading technological advantages, advanced manufacturing capabilities, and global development plan in the field of new energy photovoltaic, combined with the rich industrial investment experience, regional resource advantages, and localization experience of Vision Industries Company and its shareholders, we are the first to develop a photovoltaic industry chain with global leading technological advantages in Saudi Arabia. The signing of this agreement is a further extension of the previous cooperation between the two parties. Prior to this, TCL Central had signed a cooperation term sheet with Vision Industries Company in May, proposing to jointly establish a joint venture and invest in the construction of a photovoltaic crystal chip factory project in Saudi Arabia. TCL Central has completed the relevant registration work for its wholly owned subsidiary Lumtech SA Pte. Ltd. in Singapore in the early stage. The company will serve as the capital contributor to establish a joint venture with Vision Industries Company. Both parties have specified that the design production capacity of the first phase of the project is 20 gigawatts. According to the announcement, both parties have signed a joint development agreement, JDA, agreeing to establish a joint venture company and signing a package of agreements such as shareholder agreements to implement specific cooperation matters such as project implementation. The target production capacity for the first phase of the project is 20 gigawatts. The agreement stipulates that both parties shall sign a shareholder agreement as soon as possible to further clarify the implementation of corporate governance, intellectual property, land, and related policies, and achieve the implementation of the project. TCL Central is the only enterprise in the photovoltaic manufacturing industry that signed a contract at the Belt and Road International Cooperation Summit Forum. The company said that it would further promote the landing of the company's photovoltaic crystal chip factory project in the Middle East, take the lead in building the local photovoltaic industry chain in Saudi Arabia, further fill the gap in the middle and upper reaches of the photovoltaic industry chain in the Middle East, help Saudi Arabia realize its Vision 2030 strategy, promote and help Saudi Arabia and the Middle East, North Africa, Europe and regions along the Belt and Road, and further radiate to the industrial development of the global market. Donghua Technology signed nearly $500 million sulfuric acid method titanium dioxide project. On the evening of October 17, Donghua Science and Technology announced that on October 17, at the third, the Belt and Road International Cooperation Summit Forum, the Belt and Road Entrepreneurs Conference held in Beijing, it officially signed the EPC contract of 80,000 t/a sulfuric acid titanium dioxide project in South Africa with Nyanza Corporation of South Africa. This contract project involves the construction of an 80,000-ton/year sulfuric acid method titanium dioxide production unit through a general contracting approach, including a supporting 300,000-ton/year sulfuric acid unit and corresponding public works, waste heat recovery equipment, etc. The construction site is located in the Richard Bay Industrial Development Zone in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal Province, South Africa. The contract is denominated in US dollars, with a total contract amount of approximately $491 million, equivalent to approximately 3.525 billion renminbi. The target company of the contract, as the general contractor, is responsible for the detailed engineering design, equipment and material procurement, construction and installation, commissioning, performance assessment, and all work related to the sulfuric acid, titanium dioxide, public engineering and other devices of the contract. Project, up to the project warranty period. The construction period is 36 months, with a grace period of 6 months, the performance assessment period is 12 months. The owner of this contract project is Nyanza Company. Nyanza Company was established in March 2011. Since 2011, in order to develop this project, Nyanza Company has successively invested over $30 million to prepare the feasibility study report of this project and build its product testing and research and development center. The investors of this project include Archean Industrial Holdings, the initiator and founding shareholder, DBF Capital Partners, DBF Investment Partnership Fund, Africa Finance Corporation, African Finance Corporation, and African Export-Import Bank, African Export-Import Bank. South Africa has good infrastructure, a high degree of economic openness, and its comprehensive strength and economic volume are among the top in Africa. Donghua Technology announced that Nyanza Company and its two shareholders have strong economic strength and good financial condition, and Nyanza Company will pay 15% of the total contract price to our company as a project advance payment. Jiao International invested $60.9 million in a Zambia concession project. On October 17, Jiao International announced that Jaswin Ports Limited, a wholly owned subsidiary of China Africa International, is investing, constructing, and operating the Zambian Sakania Port and the upgrade and renovation project of the Ndola to Mufulira Road, with a concession period of 22 years, including a construction period of 3 years. Prior to this, on August 31, Sino-African International, a wholly owned subsidiary of Jiao International, jointly invested with Turbo Infrastructure Development BV to establish a joint venture company, Jaswin Ports Limited, with 80% of the investment from Sino-African International. The joint venture company serves as the investment entity for the concession project. The total investment of this project is approximately $76.13 million. Among them, China Africa International holds 80% equity, and calculated proportionally, the investment amount of this project is $60.9 million, equivalent to approximately 445 million renminbi. Jiao International stated that the source of project investment funds is the company's own funds and self-raised funds, including but not limited to bank loans, refinancing, bond issuance, etc. This investment in Zambia's franchise project is another significant progress made by Jiao International in the field of cooperation with the joint construction of the Belt and Road national infrastructure after its investment in the Congo-Kinshasa project and the Dillo project. Jiao International announced that by upgrading and renovating the Zambian Sakania port and surrounding roads, we will achieve efficient linkage between the Congo, Kinshasa, Sakania dry port and the Zambian Sakania port, improve cross-border customs clearance efficiency, improve the logistics development status of Congo, Kinshasa, and Zambia, create a land transportation channel for copper and cobalt or belt to Ndola, and build a more efficient and convenient cross-border logistics service system, strengthen the company's core competitiveness. After the completion of the concession project, the Congo, Kinshasa, Sakania dry port, Zambia Sakania port will become one of the important land transportation hubs spanning the Congo and Zambia, connecting Southeast Africa, assisting in the interconnection of inland and coastal infrastructure in Africa, promoting local economic and social development and improving people's livelihoods. The implementation of the franchise project will have a positive impact on the company's future financial condition and operating results. On October 16, the 13th meeting of the third board of directors of Jiao International reviewed and approved the proposal on investment in the Sakania port and the upgrading and renovation project of the Ndola Mufulira Road. This proposal does not need to be submitted to the shareholders' meeting for review. CRRC has won over 400 million yuan in sales contracts for high-speed train units. On October 17, during the Belt and Road International Cooperation Summit Forum, CRRC and its subsidiaries signed a cooperation framework agreement, cooperation intention and a contract respectively. According to the announcement, CRRC and Kazakhstan Railway State-Owned Company, Limited have signed a cooperation framework agreement. CRRC stated that it will continuously expand the depth and breadth of cooperation with Kazakhstan Railway State-Owned Company, Limited, provide full life cycle system solutions, and provide assistance in promoting the local economic development and improving the rail transit industry chain in Kazakhstan. In addition, CRRC Qingdao Sifang Locomotive and Rolling Stock Company, Limited, a subsidiary of CRRC, has reached a cooperation intention with Chile National Railway Company regarding the Maripia and Bataco projects, and will provide high-speed trains for the project. CRRC Changchun Railway Vehicles Company, Limited, a subsidiary of CRRC, has signed a sales contract for high-speed train units worth approximately 420 million yuan with the Ministry of Construction, Transport and Infrastructure of the Republic of Serbia and the Serbian Railway Passenger Transport Company, Ltd. Over the past decade, the joint construction of the Belt and Road has yielded fruitful results, expanded partners, promoted international trade and investment, and brought tangible benefits to the joint construction of the country. At present, China has signed more than 230 cooperation documents with more than 150 countries and more than 30 international organizations to jointly build the Belt and Road, forming more than 3,000 cooperation projects. Since 2022, the Belt and Road initiative has gradually formed a coupling with the regional cooperation mechanism, strengthened mutual trust, and further improved the level of cooperation. Under the new historical conditions, we propose that the Belt and Road Initiative to inherit and carry forward the spirit of the Silk Road, combine China's development with the development of countries along the route, combine the Chinese dream with the dreams of people in countries along the route, and give the ancient Silk Road a new era connotation. That the Belt and Road, growing in the wind, is going out of a bright road connecting history and the future.